Over the course of the past few years, the SABC has attracted the headlines for many of the wrong reasons. However, with the advent of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, the much maligned corporation was able to show the country what they were capable of achieving as the official host broadcaster of the tournament. Everything they did was encapsulated with the phrase, "Feel it, it is here." Noni spoke to SABC spokesman Kaiser Khanyago about the importance of the campaign.
It was very important for us as the SABC because it helped us galvanize all the people around the campaign and also around the World Cup, and the fact that we are the official broadcaster of the World Cup.
And when you approached the agency, Leo Burnett, what was the brief?
At the time, we had already done, during the 500 days campaign, the issue of Feel It. The countdown has begun, and we came here wanting something that will help us to galvanize the people around the fact that we are the official broadcaster, and secondly, to make sure that there is a cry for everybody to gather together and focus on the World Cup that is coming for the first time in Africa.
I think the response was overwhelming because you've boasted that 9 out of 10 South Africans who watched the World Cup watched it on an SABC channel. Why do you think viewers chose to watch it on SABC?
Obviously, it's because we are the only ones who could reach out to 24 million people a day. And secondly, the fact that we then merged radio and television and make sure that people will listen to the World Cup and watch it in the language of their choice. And that helped a lot for us.
As you know, the opening game was the most watched TV broadcast in South African history. Given all the criticism that the SABC received, that must have been a very proud moment for you.
Definitely, it was a proud moment for us because we wanted to show the people that the issues that were in the public domain were boardroom issues. The core function of the SABC is to broadcast, and we did the best broadcast, the best set, and the best of everything that we wanted to do to showcase what the SABC is all about. And we are very proud that most of the people watched on SABC.
It all began with a promise. Feel it, it is here. And on June the 11th, one nation united in pride and hope. For 30 days and
The
nights.
agency responsible for the campaign to advertise the SABC as the official broadcaster of the event was Leo Burnett. Their challenge was to find a way to communicate with the whole of the country. How did they come up with the concept? Creative director Matthew Barnes explains.
I think great work is half science and half luck. So the science side is that you have the right people in the room, you have a commitment from the client and the agency to solve the problem, if it's in the context of a brief, no matter what it takes, and you also sort of have a mutual agreement that you're going to look for something that's different. So we put the right people in the room, we had great clients, we didn't have much time, which is always a nice thing to focus the mind. And we did our homework, and sometimes you get lucky, and in this case we got lucky.
The campaign payoff line was a very simple yet very effective one. Feel it, it is here. How did you go about coming up with that?
I think from fairly early on we had this thought of Feel it, it is here. A whole bunch of smart people threw stuff into the mix, and people started playing with it, and so by the time it came time for the campaign to launch, it kind of stuck.
How does it make you feel that this payoff line became such a huge part of popular culture?
Well, we're really honoured, I think. I think that it is one of those happy accidents. We were never expecting people to sort of take it and live with it like they did. And it's always a great indication of the value of something, because in truth, the SABC had such a great product that we could quite easily have just said, the World Cup is on SABC. And for us as an agency is to say, well, how did we take a great product and make it better? Well, it's nice to be able to look at it and to say a little bit of the dressing that we put on the campaign, which was Feel It, it is here, and some of the tone, was accepted by and taken on board and owned by South Africa. The TV commercial was kind of encapsulated everything that the SABC was offering during the World Cup. So the idea behind the TV commercial was to say that there's so much going on. The SABC will be everywhere within the World Cup, from the fan parks to at the stadia to the teams to after the games, before the games, and so on. And what we really wanted to show in the TV commercial was that even if you just sit at home, you can experience the full scale of the event without leaving your couch.
What have you got to say?
Do you think we'll ever live to see another campaign like Feel It Is Here now that Philip has left the building?
No, definitely I think we will have something like that because all of these things depend on the mood and the circumstances when that comes. Therefore, we are going to then look at what is going to happen going forward. But this one was for us one of the biggest, and you could have seen it with the way people just started taking up, and even people on the street taking it to Philip, and the union people were going, Ratau is here,
for
and potholes and everything. And that in itself will make us try and take it forward in other campaigns that are coming. This one said to us that we are able, as the SABC, to put everybody around, whether poor or rich, together around one messaging. That is why we're even continuing now to say, feel it, the SABC is here.
As the sun begins to set on the year that was 2010, and as we begin to look back on the most significant of the achievements, Feel It Is Here must surely rank as one of the best.